Today I'm going to reveal the 3 side hustles that did not work out for me and what I learned from it, what that means for you, and how I would do it differently nowadays. So stick around.
Today is a nice day.
Yeah, and that's why we went to the 5 spots that changed my life forever. Go watch it. Today we're going to talk about mistakes that I made, my fails essentially. It's going to be possibly a little bit embarrassing. So here's the thing. I did make more money than I thought when I was younger. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. But as they say, you don't grow because you do it right. You grow because you do it wrong. The best way to do anything in life is to prepare a little bit, then get started, see what reality has to offer, and then potentially either continue or end the journey there. So the lesson I learned was essentially that it doesn't really matter what you have to offer. What matters is, can you market it or not, and do you really sell it? People want to buy, people want to get your stuff, but if they don't know it exists, how would they be able to get it, right? So the first business I ever started, and that's actually how I got into business, was a dating business. And that was wildly successful. It took plenty of years, but it became a big business. Before it became a big business, I had a phase in which I lost faith. I didn't think it was going to grow to the size I wanted it to be. So I was starting to look around and try to find solutions for how I could use the knowledge that I had from the dating business, so the interpersonal essentially understanding and communication, all of this, right? How I could use this to utilize it in a business context. And that's how I started a soft skill business. So hard skills are like math and programming or whatever. So things that you really learn in school essentially, right? Soft skills are all the other things. Thinking open-mindedly or networking, social skills, all these things. So that's essentially how I then thought I could just package the whole dating skills stuff and put it in a business context. That taught me a lesson that was so important, I would never ever forget it again. It didn't matter how well I packaged it, and it didn't matter who the audience was. The most important thing is that people get in touch with what you have to offer. So that was the biggest issue with the dating business. I found a few clients here and there in the beginning, but I couldn't really consistently get new clients, get new leads, people who wanted to work with me. So it felt like out of my control. I couldn't just make it happen. That's when I thought, okay, then let's go to business, because probably more people want to have the business help than the dating help. Then I created the whole business context, and then I realized I still don't have any leads. I still don't have anybody who just rushes up to me and says, hey, I want that, right? I still have to promote it. So what I realized after is that I literally just took the same problem I had in the dating business with me to the soft skill business. So I didn't solve the problem. I was just not solving the right problem. So therefore, I still had it, and that's how I was able to actually realize it, see it, and then I could solve it. And then we gained tens of thousands of followers, millions of views, and that's how we became actually somewhat famous in Germany and got thousands of requests to work with, and that's how we built the first business. So this was many years ago. It was actually in the first 1 or 2 or 3 years of business for me. Now, one of the newest business that I started was actually an online magazine, newsletter-based magazine. So this business that I started was all about sharing information about a certain topic. In this case, it was fashion for women. Imagine Vogue magazine, right? But online and sent via email. Now, the reason why that was the model of choice, because imagine the business as gathering a ton of leads, and then once you have all the leads in your newsletter, you can start selling either the ad space in your newsletter, or you can actually start promoting with affiliate links and so on. So it's not a crazy complex business. You could just hire these people, have them work, and after some time you gain traction and followers and everything, so that ultimately you have a successful business. Or so was the idea. So there was an issue that I didn't realize I would run into. You remember how earlier I said I always have someone else continue the business after I started it? Since then I learned that there's a concept behind that, and I implemented this into all of my businesses, and it's way too complex to lay it out right now. It's actually part of the teachings if someone works with me. Some people are more the creative visionary people, and some are more the implementing COO kind of person, right? And you want to combine these two. No matter what of the two you are, one is like the pushing, driving spirit, and the other one is the order and structure and cleanup energy. So if you combine these two, what naturally happens is that you have drive, but also you have order in your chaos. For the consulting business, that's Laura. Laura is the order part of the business. Coincidentally, when I created the agency, Lauris, the person who I own the agency with, is also that structure and orderly person essentially, right? So he also was able to continue this business for me. The newsletter or the media business never had this person. And that's how I realized I cannot continue this business. I started looking around a little bit and searching for people who could be co-founders, but I didn't really find one like right away. So that's when I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna quit this. So that's how this one ended. And that what it really taught me is you need someone who literally gets up in the morning, does this thing all day, goes home and still thinks about that stuff. And for me, when I started this business, it wasn't me. I was just starting it, but I was not crazy involved in it. So that was the learnings for me from that. You think just because it's green, everybody's well off, people are healthy.
Yes, of course.
We have a nice car and watches and love and family, and we're young and wild and free. Just because of that, we have a good life?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So humble, by the way. So humble.
Well, I didn't say good looking, eh? Right? Right?
But you know you are.
You said it. I'm not gonna say no.
That's the house, but you cannot see it because it's on the other video.
Okay, let me see what the call sheet says. Someone's gotta take off their clothes. You are in charge of this. What directions are this? Sir, I don't think we can work like this.
Yeah, come on, man. Just read it and make it happen.
Just read it. I hereby give everything I own to Mood. Thank you. That's the script you wrote.
Yeah, probably.
There was another side hustle that actually lost me quite some money. Let's put it like this. Hype/fear of missing out that I experienced when I had an encounter with a certain crypto. When this happened, I already made a lot of money with crypto actually. So I was confident and I thought, you know what, let's do this thing because it seems promising and potentially I'm gonna make a lot of money with this. And that was Chia coin. The more calculation power and storage your computer had, the more money you would make. Just a rough summary. So I went out and bought a few gaming computers, several even, and I bought terabytes over terabytes of storage. Little did I know I was not one of the early movers, but I was actually one of the last people to hear about this before everything went belly up, essentially, more or less. They're still around and I don't know, I think they're kind of doing not bad, but at that time, it was clear to me that I wouldn't make money with it the way I wanted to. Man, that was rough, but also that was very insightful. So here's what I learned. Okay, see, the first thing, don't make a decision because of hype. And the second thing I learned is stick with what you're good at. I wasn't good at building gaming computers to mine crypto. I was good at consulting and sales and the things that I'm doing. So I realized, you know what? I'm just gonna stick preferably mostly with what I know and not gonna start a crypto venture. That's paid off since then. And I also learned that I wouldn't recommend doing experimental things with crypto. Just stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum and you're gonna be in a healthy spot. See, that's the thing. There are a zillion great things you can do to make money. You can even play the lottery. There are so many things you could do. But you probably have a very certain skill set that you could utilize. So forget about everything else, no matter the hype, no matter the fear of missing out that you experience, no matter if your best friends are making a ton of money with it, if it's not deeply connected with your set of skills, just forget about it and stick with what you're great at. And then get better at this even more, make the best out of this, market it, promote it, be dedicated, really create something that you're looking forward to getting up for in the morning and you can't stop doing in the evening. And then you will succeed, definitely, for sure. So that's it for today. Subscribe, like, comment, and what do you think about the things that we discussed today? Was that valuable? Because I'm not sure if I want to make more videos like this or a whole different style, more like the vlogging things that we did in the past. Let me know. People who go to America who are Turkish, they say çüş, but at some point they don't say çüş, or others who hear it don't understand çüş, they just start saying sheesh. And now in the US you have like rappers saying sheesh. So that's where sheesh comes from.